Hi, I'm Yvonne Webb of Action Coach Business Coaching.
And I'm Stuart Clark, the Managing Director of Russell & Russell, and we're the co-hosts and sponsors of the Glasgow Business Stories podcast. If you're enjoying Glasgow Business Stories, then why not subscribe to the channel? There's new videos dropping every fortnight with great business stories from great business owners, so we don't want you to miss out.
Lorna, welcome to Glasgow Business Stories. Great to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a bit about what you do and your business journey so far.
I run a company called Blantyre Fabrications, and it's based in Blantyre in South Lanarkshire. The business has been there for 4 years now. However, previous to that, my father owned a business and he was in the shipyards and then decided to do some repairs at weekends just to make some extra money, and started repairing concrete mixer units, and then moved on to manufacturing. And he bought the premises that I'm now back in. That business was in operation for about 40 years, and he did a good job.
So your dad's side hustle effectively became your career or your business?
Yes, exactly. I mean, I remember going in, I must have been about 5, just to see him at lunchtime, and he'd be walking about the yard and there'd be trucks rolling about here and there. It was just something that I always was part of. He'd come home at night and talk about his day, because my mum worked in the business as well. So it was just in our family life constantly.
So from 5 years old, did you know that you were always destined to join the business?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, I went to London when I was about 17 and a half to become a nurse. And I did my nurse training and then decided I was going to do my midwifery training down there as well. Then after that, I came back to Glasgow, worked at Rutherglen Maternity as a bank nurse, bank midwife, but I couldn't get a full-time job. And my dad said, look, why don't you come in? And I said, well, what happens if it ruins our relationship? You know, what happens if I can't work with my mum? Let's give it a shot. And I did. So I think I was about 27 when I went into the business, and my mum taught me the administration side of it. And then I started kind of edging into the workshop because I liked being in amongst it. And then I started to run the boys and get them organised, and it just moved on from there.
And so did it just naturally, they kind of stepped back from the business? You started to, or did you run it along, all 3 of you together for a while?
We ran it, the 3 of us together, and then my mum decided that she was going to step back and step out. My dad would still be there today if he was alive, but he's not. I got married in 1985, I think. Gosh, that's dreadful. And my husband came into the business. So I kind of managed the workshop and the admin, and he was sales. He went out on the road because at that point we were just Scottish based, and we took the business down south as well as the north of the country and over to Ireland. My dad wasn't very well. He eventually passed away, and my husband and I ran the business. The business just grew exponentially. It was hard work, 24/7, 7 days a week. It was quite harsh on you at times. We were hit by the recession in 2008. We went from 100 employees down to 13, lucky for some. And then we grew back again once we came out of the recession. That was a tough one. The business got just too big. We didn't have the money to put the management structure in place that was required to take the business forward without it having an effect mentally and physically on, my husband and I. So we decided to sell, which we did. And I had 3 years out, enjoying myself. And then I decided I'm bored. I need back. I'm missing my girlies, and I was missing my boys. So here
just
I
so
am.
everyone's clear on your girls and your boys, can you define what they are to you?
My girls are my mixers, and my boys are my boys that work for me.
And I'm interested in the part where the business grew exponentially. What What were the structures and systems that were missing that you now know would have helped you?
Our management system was my husband, myself, administration, and then the boys. We didn't have proper, we didn't have accountants in place. We didn't have managers in place that could manage. Everything came to us. When a customer phoned, it was us they spoke to. If there was a problem, it was us that dealt with it. And it just became just too much.
It was a bit of a vicious cycle, because to try and bring someone in means you've got to train them and get part of that knowledge, and you go, I'll just be quicker to do it myself.
Well, I'm not very tolerant. So yeah, we did try. It just didn't work out.
And so has that changed when you've set up this new business then, that you've started to put those building blocks in place from day one?
Yes. I think I now understand what needs to be done. So I have Neil McAlinden, who controls stock. He controls what goes to the burning machine. He controls the throughput of work, and he helps manage the boys as well. And I have Sharon, who does absolutely everything in the office. And when she's not there, I miss her dreadfully. She is front of house for customers who phone in on the landline and just solves problems left, right and centre. And my boys are just phenomenal. They step up. I ask them, can you, will you? And the answer's always yes.
Great.
And the actual day-to-day of what you do bring to life for us, what you do on a day-to-day basis, and, tell us a bit more about the products you produce.
Okay, so we produce truck-mounted concrete mixer units, and our sizes range from 4 metres up to 10 metres, although we have been asked to do an Arctic mixer, which we're looking at as well. We buy in sheet metal, which we then cut. We have a burning machine on site. We cut it on site. We then roll it. We've got a set of bespoke rolls, which roll specific shapes that we require to enable us to build the drum. And the boys put everything together like a jigsaw puzzle. And this beautiful lady comes out the other side.
And it's always a female.
Oh, always. Always. Because they're temperamental as get out.
And do they have names?
Some of them do. Yes, some of them do. I think I started initially naming them. It gets harder. They're all just beautiful girlies.
And how has that manufacturing process changed from when your dad started it? Is it still quite a manual process, or is it
It's very manual. It's manual, and it's rigidly routine, and the process, it's bespoke. Everything's bespoke build for the specific mixer unit that we're building, for the specific chassis that it's going on. We build, and then we disassemble, and then we put it to the shop blast and paint shop, which we have on site, and then we reassemble and we put it onto the truck so that she's perfect when she goes on.
So you're taking it apart, putting it together just to make sure everything's absolutely perfect before you paint it, because there's no point in painting it first and then...
Yes. Don't get me wrong, sometimes everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah.
You miss something, you miss a bracket, and we have to dolly her up after that. But yeah, everything's bespoke build, and we try and get it right first time.
And I guess that must mean you've got a really skilled workforce. Your boys are, have to be up to scratch. How do you make sure, or how do you hire and recruit people for those roles?
Hiring's hard, and recruiting's hard. The backbone of my boys are people that I've worked with before. So I've known them. There's one I've known for 35 years. The rest of them we've collected along the way. We decided, or Neil put it to me, that we should look at putting boys onto the apprentice scheme. And we decided that was a good idea. So we have 2 boys. Well, one has just finished and another boy has just started. And they do day release to college. And they're learning on the job. And they're also getting their qualifications, which helps them progress.
Is that day release once a week?
Once a week, yeah.
And how you find that process of...
Well, I was sceptical because I've had bad experience with apprentices before that said they were going to college and then they didn't turn up. And then you find out 6 months down the line that they haven't been going, they've just been having an extra day off. These boys are good. These boys are very committed, and they understand that this is as much for them as it is for us.
And so it's something you'll do again in the future?
Yes, absolutely.
Is that helping to kind of build the pipeline of the workforce
Yes.
going forward?
Yes, because there's a problem recruiting right now. People, I don't know whether it's they don't want to work or they don't want to get their hands dirty, but our industry isn't sought after as a place of work right now.
And does that mean, do you know, the guys that are in there, obviously you mentioned one of them you've known for 35 years, is it a kind of older demographic that is in that industry, particularly at the moment? Or
Well, look, I don't care what age they are.
Yeah.
I'll recruit whoever.
Yeah.
You know, we have, that sounds dreadful, a couple of old ones that I've recruited, and they are just working their way through to retirement. But they're good and they know their stuff, and they are good at imparting information and teaching the wee ones how to do it.
Yeah, I think so much of it must be, as you say, that learning on the job. Like
Yes.
you go to college, but you're not going to pick up, how are you going to learn to put something together, take it apart again? Like, it's only by doing it that you kind of realise, all right, what's
That's
actually
it.
involved.
Exactly.
So your current business is what, 4 years old? Is that
Yes.
right? And the site you moved into was a site that was familiar to you, is that
Yes,
right?
that's our home.
And what was that like when you had to set up from day one? Tell us about that.
Oh, goodness me. We walked in and the place was just, it had been stripped bare. And it was actually heartbreaking to see it. So I looked at the boys and I just shook my head, and they said, look, don't worry. It's fine. We'll do it. And they did. They just rolled their sleeves up and just got on with it.
And so what did that entail?
Well, we had plumbing work to do, electrics to do, repairs on buildings to do. We had to buy machinery, so I contacted my old suppliers of machinery, and they pulled out the stops. They got us what we needed very, very quickly. They didn't look for credit checks. They went on what my name was and my credentials as a person. And that went for suppliers of materials as well. I was just absolutely blown away by the support that we got from suppliers.
See, that's quite emotional. That must be, quite rewarding as well. The fact that, that's because you'd had such a big role in the business beforehand, that you sold, that you'd built those relationships with people.
Yes.
It wasn't an overnight thing. That's something that you've worked hard at.
No, but it was just amazing. I would pick up the phone and I'd say, hi, I'm back. Okay, we'll be there. And they were.
Amazing.
Very, very, very quickly.
That's a testimony to the relationships you've built over the years, though.
Definitely.
And it sounds like you've got some great contacts. I think a lot of you. Otherwise, that wouldn't have happened that way.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. And customers as well. Oh my goodness, amazing. Just amazing. I was never one for social media. I didn't have Facebook. I didn't have LinkedIn. If you Googled me, you didn't find me, because I didn't ever say, when I answered the phone, who I was just Lorna. But I decided that if I wanted the business to work for these boys and for Sharon, then people needed to know who it was that was back in the game. So I took to social media with the help of Peter Sampson, and I have a personal Facebook and a business Facebook which roll together, and I'm on LinkedIn. I try and do weekly or twice weekly posts. Some people are still learning that, we're here, but the response from people was just phenomenal. Because when we started the business back up, we decided that we were only going to do repairs on mixers. We were only going to supply spare parts. We were not going to manufacture mixer units. And within the first week, a customer phoned, can you make me a mixer unit? And I said to the boys, look, what do you want to do? Yeah, we'll do it.
And were the boys the same people that worked for you previously? They were known to you?
Yes.
And so how many mixer units need made? Because I didn't think there would be that big a need, but hey, what do I know?
Well, we've got a number of competitors. There's a German company, brings mixers in. There's an Italian, brings them in. There's another one based in Scotland, and there's myself. Oh, and there's one in just over the border in England. So yeah, there's a big fight to be had out there to win mixers.
And so are you getting traction then from the social media posts that you're...
I think I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we do. I think we are very reactive. You know, my mobile, apart from just now, is always on. It doesn't matter, it's 6 o'clock on a Friday night, I'll answer my phone. There's not many breakdowns that I can't deal with, or if I don't know how to deal with it, then I know someone that can, and these people will answer their phone to me too. For, you know, spare parts, sending them out, Sharon just pulls the stops out and these guys get their parts when they need them. So I think it's the personal touch. You know, myself, Neil or Sharon are always available on the phone if someone wants to talk to us. You know, you don't phone and get the music or the press number 1, press number 2.
I guess every second counts for them. You know, the longer they're off the road, the less money they're earning. So
that's it.
The quicker you can respond, the better it is for their business.
Yes.
So taking us back to the social media piece, I know you said Peter Sampson helped you get onto social media. You're really good at it. Anyone that's not been on your LinkedIn should go and look at your posts because you come across really, really well. And actually for the industry you're in, it's nice to see a female at the head of it as well. So tell me a bit about how scary it was to start making those videos and those posts. Help me.
Well, I started with my phone at the end of my hand, which I just knew I had to do that if we were going to make this business work. I just knew that it was instrumental in it. And then Sharon bought me a selfie stick and I started practicing with the selfie stick. And now I quite enjoy it. It you know, some days Peter will phone me and say, "Are you not posting this week?" And it's because there's just nothing has happened, or I'm not feeling it, or I haven't made the effort, or whatever. And I'll say, "Oh, right, okay," and down I go with my stick, and things just come to me. And we actually enjoy showing what we do. Some of the boys are camera shy, of course. Others want in there. But yeah, I think it's about showing everyone what we have available and the fact that we are just normal people and we're desperate to help.
It's nice just, you know, someone taking pride in what they do. Like, it comes across as that, and it shows how much it means to you, how much work goes into it as well. And how, you know, it kind of adds that extra level to it, rather than just, here's a production line, we're just turning them out. It's actually, here's what.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, you know, each mixer that I film, for example, the one with 3 shoots that I did the other day, you know, these boys, they know, although I don't show you the name of the customer because it was on the door, because that to me is private unless they say, "Could you show my name?" They know it's their mixer because they'll then PM me and say, "Is that mine?"
And so why do they need 3 shoots?
Well, that's just a specific job that he must do that needs the extra length to allow it to get to where he wants it to go.
But you've got that capability and that knowledge base, or the team to be able to do that and do those bespoke jobs for people, which must be a real differentiator as well. Yeah,
and it's, for example, you know, there's controls in the cab of the truck, and some of them are very specific about where they want these controls to be. So we'll do FaceTime and say, right, we can put it here, we can put it there, where do you want it? And they tell us.
So it's really
it really
bespoke,
is. It's personal, because they spend all day in that cab. Some of them are trampers, they sleep in the cab. So it needs to be right for them. Trampers.
That's a new word for me. And so the jobs are bespoke, but I do notice sometimes on LinkedIn I see you selling some of the girls. So are those old models that have come back in, or?
No, so sometimes chassis dealers will say, right, I've got a spare chassis lying here, can you put a mixer on it, and then we'll try and sell it, and that's what we do.
And talk me through the sizes of the mixers. Why would you need?
Okay, so you have 4-wheeler trucks which take a 4-metre mixer. 6-wheeler trucks, which take a 6 or a 7 metre mixer, 8-wheelers, which take an 8, 9 or a 10, and an Arctic unit, which is a trailer, excuse me, a trailer which will take an 11, 12 cube mixer.
And you're saying earlier you've approached about doing an Arctic. Is that something you've done in the past, or is this
many years ago?
Okay,
many years ago. That's time consuming and very space invasive because of the size of the drum, but it's possible.
And how many can you do at one time in the premises? Is it just one that you do at a time then because of the size?
We have a number of drums going through at any one time, a number of units going through at any one time. So because they're all at different stages in their production. So.
And do you build it up in the kind of unit and then take it apart, or do you put it together on the chassis, or how?
We put them together on the build jig that we have, and then disassemble.
Okay.
And then put them together eventually once they're on the chassis.
Amazing.
And you get a lot of repeat customer from
yes,
because it sounds like you've got a really loyal customer base. So a lot of your business is repeat work. Do you know what's coming up in advance? Do they tell you what projects they're working on? We do have a pipeline, and we do have mixers. I have a whiteboard that I write all my mixers down on so that I know what we've got coming in and when. So yes, you do know in advance, but not hugely in advance, not a year down the line. Mm-hmm. And so what are the lessons you've taken from your earlier business that you've implemented now? I hear you say you've got more structure with people. What other things are you doing now in this business that's making it more manageable?
Just, I think, delegation, not keeping everything to myself. I'm not going to be here forever, and neither will the people that are there, but it's about educating other people so that the business can continue and it's not reliant on me. It's about enhancing the information that everyone else has so that they can pass it on to the newbies as well, and the apprentices, because the old ones aren't going to be there forever. And if we want this business to continue and the ability to build mixer units in Blantyre, then we need to teach them.
And how easy or difficult has it been to move into that role where you're delegating and everything's not reliant on you? Because it sounds like in the original business everything was reliant on you.
Yeah.
Has that been an easy transition to make because you've set out, or has it been quite hard to take that control?
No, I think it's been easier because I know that I can't do it all, and I completely 100% trust the people that I work with. And I know that they have the ability, and I see the drive and the commitment that they have for the business. So it makes it so much easier. So that kind of leads us on a bit to culture, because, looking at your social media, it feels like a fun place at times. I don't know if that's part of your culture, if I've got it wrong. And you're just talking there about the people being so committed. So how have you built the culture where they want to go that extra mile for you? I think they just know what we need to do. I am not, I don't sit in my ivory tower. I'm down on the shop floor. I float about. They can talk to me if anyone has a problem. I'm there to listen, and if I can help them, I will. They'll PM me on a Monday morning if they're not feeling well, which doesn't happen very often because it's not allowed. And I think I'm approachable to them as much as the customers. We're all quite close, there's nothing frightening about working in our environment. And we do have a laugh. We do. Don't get me wrong. I can shout and swear like the best of them. But there is a respect from both sides, and they know what needs done, because they know that if the mixers don't go out, we don't make any money. And if the mixers don't go out, the drivers don't make any money, because they're not earning unless they're on the road. So it's been a culture that's evolved over time. It's not something that you have on a bit of paper and talk to people about. No.
And do you share things like the financials? Like you're saying, they know that, is it just that they know that obviously don't go out, then, because sometimes some businesses, they don't see that connect, or they kind of don't understand the importance of, okay, we've been working this for 6 for 2 or 3 months, we need to get out because we won't get paid on completion. Do you share financial information with the team?
I don't even look at financials. We just do it.
Just do it.
We just know that we've got to put the mixers out to make money.
Yeah.
Or we've got to sell spare parts to make money. And if a customer comes in with a breakdown, then we need to turn that round very, very quickly and get them back out there making money. So it's it just works.
Yeah.
For some reason, it just works.
And do you do things like cash flow forecasts, or is it intuitive? You've been in business so long that you know.
It's
how to
more
work it?
intuitive.
Okay.
More intuitive. We should do them. I'm frightened to do them.
And what do you think the challenges are moving forward in your industry?
Challenges are staff and just maintaining the orders, no resting on our laurels, keep the standards up and just get out there and sell some more mixers. I think the time has come when I need to go out on the road. I need to start going around, seeing different customers and seeing what's about, which is hard at times because people want me in the office and I've got commitments at home as well. But I think the time has come that I need to get out there.
So really focusing on the next stage of growth for the business. And
yes. I mean, I do the shows, any shows that are available, I'll go to them and I'll, be there and people see me and customers will sit and have coffee and whatever. But I think I need to start wandering around plants. And
they come up and say, "Are you that woman from Facebook?"
Yes. Yes. Or, "Oh, is that you, Lorna?" Yes.
Do you find people recognise you from LinkedIn that you maybe don't know?
Only if I'm at shows, not around Glasgow. Mind you, I don't go out much, but at shows definitely people would recognise me. Yeah.
And are there different markets to move into moving forward that you're not in yet?
Not really. It's just about building customer base and seeing what we can do going forward.
We were saying earlier you sometimes do some steel fabrication that's not necessarily related to mixers. Is that something that you're looking to explore more into, or are you trying to just double down on the...
No, absolutely. I mean, we have the skill and the ability to do anything. Even structural steel work we can do, or different vessels for different applications, because we make our own water tanks, so we can fabricate within, we have the equipment there to do whatever needs done. It's just that we don't go out actively looking for it.
Yeah, but you've got that, as you said, there's so
versatility
and the bespoke nature of your builds anyway. It means you're lended to doing other things.
I didn't realise it would be such a busy market with the mixers, and I didn't realise there would be so many different shapes and sizes, and people are quite specific about how bespoke they are. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yes.
So we always finish the podcast by asking this question: what's your guiding principle in business?
My guiding principle? I have no idea.
What would your advice be to someone else in business then?
Work hard, be honest, and just be committed to yourself. Honesty is the best policy. If I don't make promises that I can't keep, that I can't do that with customers, because then they would lose confidence in me. So honesty is the best policy with them.
Thank you, Lorna. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.